When will the end of this age and the second coming of Christ be? Are our days the last? Is there any reliable sign that we are living in the last days? Yes. All the signs of the last days are being fulfilled exactly. 5 seals of the apocalypse have been opened. The riders under the names Antichrist, war, famine, death and hell gallop around the planet. People are being killed on earth for believing in Christ. The 6th seal of the apocalypse is preparing to be opened, which will lead to a global collapse. But there is one very important sign that Jesus Christ spoke about, as well as the prophets before him. A sign confirming that our days are the last and soon Christ will come for the second time. This is the restoration of Israel's statehood in 1948. While on earth, Christ foretold the fall of Israel, the destruction of the Jerusalem temple, and the expulsion of the Jews. In 70 AD, Jerusalem was destroyed by Roman troops. Israel ceased to exist, and the Jews scattered throughout the world. The exile continued until our times. Jesus said that Jerusalem would be trampled on by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles were fulfilled. In 1948, the Jewish state was proclaimed. Jerusalem ceased to belong to the Palestinian Arabs and became the sole capital of Israel. In the official political sense, Jerusalem is not trampled on by the Gentiles. Christ prophesied that when the fig tree, the symbol of Israel, blossoms, then the time of his coming is near. The proclamation of the State of Israel in 1948 and the return of the Jews to their homeland is the starting point for the approach of the second coming of Christ and the end of this age. Jesus says that this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. What kind of generation is this, during whose lifetime Christ will come and the end of this world will be? This is the generation of those who saw the creation of the State of Israel. The Bible speaks of a generation of people, and according to the book of Psalms, the life expectancy of one generation is 70 to 80 years. If you add 70 to 80 years to the date of the formation of the State of Israel, then you get 2018, 2028. In the book of Genesis, it's also written, their days will be 120 years. If you add 120 years to the date of the formation of the State Israel, it will turn out to be 2068. We are not trying to determine the date of the end of the world, but on the basis of the prophecies of Christ, it's clear that this generation will not pass away. How all this will come true? Think about it. All the biblical prophecies about the expulsion of the Jews were exactly fulfilled. Prophecies about their wanderings were fulfilled until the 19th century. But in the 20th century, all biblical prophecies about the return of Jews to their homeland began to be fulfilled. We are living in a historic moment of the fulfillment of the most colossal end-time prophecies. The prophet Ezekiel, more than 2,500 years before the fulfillment of the prophecy, foretold, "This is what the sovereign Lord says, I will take the Israelites out of the nations where they have gone. I will gather them from all around and bring them back into their own land. I will